Hi everyone, Nigel here again from nigelchua.com. So today I want to share with you a video on 3 ways to overcome your fear of failing. And have you heard of these failures before? So you know Walt Disney, the guy who came up with Mickey Mouse and the whole kingdom empire of Walt Disney. You know he was fired from his job at a newspaper early in his career. You know what they said of him? They said he lacked imagination. Steven Spielberg, you know, he was rejected from film school 3 times. 3 times. John Grisham, his first book, A Time to Kill, was rejected 28 times. Albert Einstein, the brilliant guy, you know, in the school record is a permanent record. He has a permanent record called mentally slow, you know. And if you know this person, this product, you have heard of the Dyson vacuum. Dyson vacuum is very popular right now. The guy's a billionaire. But do you know he actually went through more than 5,000 failed prototypes before he had a working vacuum cleaner called Dyson today, right? And one of the more popular ones in the world, you would have heard of this at least once. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So Colonel Sanders, right? He was rejected more than 1,000 times before he found someone who would really take on his recipe and become a franchise partner. Can you imagine if any of these guys and girls, gave up and let their fear of failure shut them down? We won't have KFC. We won't have movies that are cool. We won't have Mickey Mouse. Can you imagine? I can't imagine no KFC. So many people has a fear of failing. And the bloody thing about this fear of failing is that fear of failing is causing them to not even try, which makes them fail by default. So you see, when you don't even try, right, you fail automatically. It's like what the Hockey Hall of Famer guy said, Wayne Gretzky. He says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Of course, if you don't shoot, you don't even think about the ball going into the goal, right? If you don't shoot, if you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you don't try at all, you already fail. You see, fear of failing causes people to hold back from trying new things, from progressing their career, from taking on new roles, from growing their businesses, from trying a side hustle, from committing to relationship, to progressing their relationships. And it's something that we all need to overcome. We need to address this fear of failure because unaddressed fear of failure will sabotage your career. It will sabotage your business. It will sabotage your relationship. It will sabotage your happiness and much more. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the common reason why you may fear failure. I also fear failure. What the fear of failure is trying to do is trying to protect you and keep you safe in a not so functional way anymore. And 3 strategies that I use personally to work through my fears so that my fear of failing don't hold me back from growing and experiencing the life and success that I want. Okay, you ready? Let's start, okay? So the reason why many people fear failure is we must first talk about risk and uncertainty. The number one reason why people hold themselves back from taking any forms of risk because it leads to an uncertain outcome. They're not 100% sure if they do X, they'll get Y, And you must also see that we as a human race, we are genetically wired to dislike uncertainties because in the distant past, if we make a wrong move, if we make an uncertain move, that uncertainty may mean that a tiger will eat us and we will die, and we don't want to die. Okay, this worked really well then. Okay, let's call that mental process the ancient lizard brain. So this ancient lizard brain is still in us today to protect us from danger, to protect us from the saber-toothed tiger, from eating us. So anything that we perceive and feel or think is negative or stressful, we will have the experiences that is dangerous, and we don't want that. And that's why we naturally avoid risk because we fear the feeling of fear of failing, right? So that's then, right? Nowadays, it's a bit more complex. Right now we don't only fear We don't only worry about the failure, about the tiger that's going to eat us, right? Because there's more tiger. Nowadays, the real pain is that the fear of the negative emotion, the negative feelings that's associated with the failure. We don't want to look bad. We don't look stupid in front of a boss or family members or loved ones or our spouse. We don't want to be judged. But the truth of the matter is this: being able to make decisions in spite of risk and uncertainty is a critical skill for life success and progression. Well, technically, you can live a very sheltered life, don't take any risks, don't make any mistakes, huddle in the corner, and just wait it through until we die. But I don't think that's a very good life. I feel that we can overcome this, we can make good decisions in spite of risk and uncertainty and achieve the kind of life that we want. So now, going towards the three strategies. These strategies are not just simple strategies. I like to put psychology and mindset into it as well, because it's important that we find out the underlying reasons why we do what we do. If not, we are doomed to repeat it. We got to learn from our past mistakes and our history, right? So, three simple mindset shift when it comes to overcoming the fear of failure. So, number one, okay, you must know that everything comes with a risk of failure. Walking, right? Walking from point A to point B is a series of getting somewhere and trying not to fall in between or trying not to get banged by a car, right? That has so much risk when it comes to just walking. Frying an egg, I love eggs, right? Frying an egg could lead to discovering rotten eggs. You could drop the egg on the floor. You could cause a mess. You could have burnt eggs, and those are risks involved with frying it and eating an egg. I love eggs. So, and there's so many other examples from showering to, let's not even talk about the business decisions or a career. Just wearing clothes, you can pull a muscle. There's risk everywhere. Okay, so you must know that failure is part of life. And all successes in life generally, right, comes after many, many, many tries and failures. That's how we as humans learn. Be it the example of riding a bike, speaking, standing, walking, loving, technology, blockchain, whatever. We, as a race, our humanity's progress comes through failure. And more importantly, what we learn through failure. Okay? So, we don't like pain, shame, or embarrassment. That's the key reason nowadays why we fear failing. So, take the time to listen to your inner voice. Speak to yourself. I mean, don't speak weirdly, but be aware of what your body's trying to tell you. Be aware of what you're trying to do. Are you trying to escape from certain embarrassment? Are you trying to escape from shame and pain? What are you trying to do? Okay. Self-awareness is a very powerful skill. I'm talking a lot more about self-awareness as I grow older, because I realize if you're not aware of what you do, you're doomed to just repeat what you feel, what you think. And I always tell people, right, what you feel, what you think is not truth. They are just fleeting things. They are not facts. You have to cross-check through feelings and thoughts with facts, because feelings and thoughts may be just fleeting stuff that doesn't even mean anything. So do not link what you feel or what you think as a fact. Okay? Take the time to ask yourself, ask your mind, ask your heart, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to escape from, what you're afraid of, right? Remember, self-awareness is a very powerful ability. Number two, you got to check for worst case scenarios and reframe it positively. So I learned from Tim Ferriss this specific mental exercise. Before I embark on a project or decision, I ask myself two things. What's the worst that can happen? What's the best that can happen? If the worst that can happen won't kill me, won't hurt my family, won't hurt my friends, won't hurt my career, my business, my income, and the upside is at least 2 to 3 times better than the downside, it's pretty straightforward. Just go for it. Right? What's the worst that can happen? And most Something not so nice happened, but we don't die, we don't lose the dream. It's okay. But don't hurt others, don't hurt yourself. Okay. So number two, how you perceive and frame things. Do you see mistakes and errors as, oh no, I look bad. I look bad on my boss. My boss did this to me. I look bad to my wife. My wife. Or do you take failures as, oh, that didn't work. Okay, we learned that that didn't work. So let's try this instead. You know what I mean? So how you perceive and how you choose to frame your mistakes, frame your failures is very important as well. So like, Colonel Sanders, 1,000, he spoke to more than 1,000 people. He just realized there's 1,000 people who don't want his solution, but a 1,001 person wanted. I'm so glad that he didn't give up the idea of KFC. If not, we won't have KFC today, right? So it's very easy for some people to link that, when they fail at a specific task, that they fail personally, that they feel as a person, that they're not good enough or they suck. Is that accurate? Of course not. Failing something doesn't mean that you fail as a person or a human. If I burn my fried eggs, does that mean I suck as a human? No. Maybe I suck at frying eggs or scrambling eggs, but I don't suck as a human. Well, if I burn my scrambled eggs or my fried eggs for the 100th time, yeah, that just means I'm not good with cooking eggs lah, and I maybe should go for a cooking class on eggs or just buy in. But the results of specific actions are not entirely a personal attack. It's just a data point, a learning point. That, oh, that way it didn't work. Let's try another way. Remember, thoughts are not facts. Do not treat reactive thoughts or feelings as truth. They are not facts. You need to cross-check our feelings and our thoughts with the truth and with facts to be data, right? So number three, how to strengthen your risk-taking muscles. So you must know that we can't go from 0 to 100 just like that, right? If I'm only able to earn 1,000 a month today online, I won't tell myself that I'm going to earn 1 million online next month. That's not very logical, right? I can set a goal. If I earn $1,000 online this month, I can aim to earn 10 to 100% growth next month, which means I can do a 10% or a 100% growth next month. And then I can repeat that another time the following month. So we can double once, double again, and I work my way up, right? So it's called laddering up for a reason. We can't just have a big jump. We step by step. It's the same with learning how to walk. We need to learn how to stand, then stand without falling, then stand without holding, then take a step with holding, then take a step without holding, until we can stand and walk without falling, until we can jog and run. You can apply this to earning money online, to starting a side business, to having a relationship, to learn how to run a marathon, to learn how to give a public speech, to being a parent, a father, a mother, or even to bench pressing 100 kilos, right? You can't bench press 100 kilos just like that on the first day of gym. You got to work your way up from the first 10 kilos to the 20 kilos, and maybe you got to take weeks and weeks, if not months and months, to work your way up to benching 100 kilos without any problems. I am not talking about taking reckless, crazy, possibly dying kind of risk, okay? I'm talking about good risks that help you to progress in life, business, relationships, to go in a direction that help you to go where you want to. Okay? Right? So I give you some very simple but difficult tactics that you can do to ladder up. Okay. One of them is that you can start training with rejections. Okay. I find training with rejections really help with how I deal with my fear of failure. So what I do is that when I go to shops, right, I will ask for discounts. And this can be, these are this can be fancy shops, like restaurants, or it can be like places where they're not supposed to give discount, like, 7-Eleven or Starbucks. I'll just say, hey, can I have a discount? I don't care, I want a discount. Of course, I'm kidding. Sometimes they do give me a discount, by the way. It's a byproduct, and I would happily take it. But it's for me to get used to being rejected. And some people will reject me with the dirty eye. It's like, how dare you ask this kind of discount in this place? Some of them are like, ha ha ha, no. So, and I get used to it by now, Maybe I'll keep doing it. I won't stop doing it. I'll do it where other my tea, my toast, my food. I still do it. It's become an ingrained habit. Number two, you can try ask. Once you get comfortable with that for about 2 weeks or to a month, you can try asking for people's numbers. Hey, I think you're cute. Can I be your friend? Can I have your number? Don't be creepy. Okay, don't be creepy. Just be straight. Hey, can I have your number? I'd like to stay in touch with you. This is a bit harder than asking for a discount because discount is just like, you eating something that there is a product that you bought or a service that you brought. Whereas asking for people's number is kind of encroaching into personal space. And I love doing this because this is really much more personal. Okay. And once you get comfortable asking for people's numbers, I'll keep doing it. Improve your numbers. Maybe out of 100, you can get 10 numbers, 5 numbers. Try to get when it comes to 100 people you approach, try to get 20, 30, 50 numbers. That'd be great. Sometimes they may not even give you their real number, but that doesn't matter. What's most important is that it's an exercise to improve your ability to overcome your fear of failing, right? And then one of the easier ones is to do something that's abnormal, but please don't break the rules, okay? Don't do anything illegal. Abnormal can be lying down on the park bench on a busy day in the park. When people look at you, that's weird. We can lie down on a parkway, the pathway on the floor. Make sure, So basically, that's just pushing you a little bit more to become a bit more uncomfortable. And that's what I'm trying to do with this video as well, right? And I have a bonus exercise for you. So it's called the 3-second rule. And this is really, really useful for social situations that to overcome your fear of failing. So this 3-second rule is really useful. Let's say when you go to an event and there's lots of people around and you do not know any of them, apply this 3-second rule. 1, 2, 3, go and speak to the person that caught your eye. Just say, hi, my name is Nigel. I'm doing this. I'm here today. How about you? Why 3-second rules? Because anything more than 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's when you allow your fear to set in. 3-second rule will start the ball rolling for you to overcome that fear or even bypass the fear. And once you got to know the person already, it becomes easy. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. If you like what I share with you today, do subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and let me know also what else you'll be sharing. I actually enjoyed making these videos a lot, and actually doing these videos is one of the tougher things that I am learning to overcome as well. Background is that I'm from a healthcare background, and we don't really do videos then, but I'm learning these videos because I add more value to people in my life. I'm trying to explore more things as well. I'm also overcoming my fear of failing, So I hope you enjoy this video. Do hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and take care. Bye.